Since when does a zookeeper care about what the chimpanzee think? Y'all just don't understand that because you people still believe that you're free. You ain't never been free. It's written in the Bible. You are a slave of sin. You're a child of sin. Now, you may not understand what that means, or you can interpret it in whatever the way you want. But it says so. It's very clear. And even in the other traditions that have any kind of remote kind of sense, that are, at least to the best of their capacity, trying to communicate some sense of reality, it's always clear. And no matter how you want to interpret it. And a superior mind and intellect doesn't look at the material world the way you do, with your emotions. They're telling you. What did you understand? There's nothing. It's the essence of quantum physics. There's nothing. And out of nothing came some things, and we can manipulate those things. We can make a strawberry grow. What does that mean? Because strawberry is an illusion. We can combine shit together and it appears a strawberry. So we can dissolve the strawberry also by removing whatever holds it together. So how is that different? If they can do that with a strawberry, why can't they do that with a human being? And how special is a strawberry if it's just a bunch of molecules combined together? And then, of course, when the molecules come together, that thing now gets turned on and thinks it's real. Yet it's clearly not real because there's nothing. In fact, they'll tell you there's literally nothing, there's just space. That's their religion. That's what they're telling you. And then you wonder why they think little of human beings. Because you're a resource. You're nothing. You just matter. Like, look at how they treat an animal. Well, we want this. We want the fur. Cut its head off. Take the skin off and do whatever you want. We need something. We're going to go blow a hole in the mountain, extract shit. Well, what's different with you? Aren't you a resource living on earth, just like a tree, just like water, just like oil down beneath, underneath the earth? Well, what makes you think you're special? You don't understand that because you don't understand that mind. And you believe that you are. I'm a human. I'm important. I'm special. I have value. I'm spiritual. Ooh, I'm allowed. No, you're not. You're a fucking human resource. You don't even know who you are. You have no idea who you are. You don't even know where you come from. You're literally like a chimp, a monkey, that has the capacity to think. And you don't know how to think on top of that. So it's like a monkey saying, I'm important. Only for morons who want to pretend that they care about monkeys so that they can get pussy. You say you're a monkey, you're a resource. You kill one, grow 5. We don't even have to grow them. We can do them in a laboratory. People can't grasp that because they're scared. Because it destroys their concept of being a human being. It destroys their beliefs, their values, whatever they're holding on to. Well, I'm a human being. There's love. Get the fuck out of here. You don't understand. So when those who are imposing a direction that we can call a Luciferian direction that you will associate to evil, and I don't, just so that we're clear. I didn't say it's good, but I didn't say it's evil either. Well, you're scared of it. Well, they think in a way that you don't understand. Yeah, but go talk to a yogi, a real one, not those morons at the logo yoga studio, up in the mountains, and what are you going to tell you? He's going to tell you exactly the same thing. And all that you see here is not there. It's an illusion. In fact, we're in a bubble. In fact, the God is dreaming us. So what does it matter if you pop a bubble? It doesn't matter none. Because it's not even there. So what's the difference between when the yogi says that and when the Luciferian scientists who don't necessarily talk to you because they don't want to waste time talking to a chimp. You're a chimp. You're a monkey. Why am I going to explain something to you? But then they have their priest class, and it trickles down, and they have their specialists that go on TED Talks to talk to you and make you understand. But you don't understand. It offends you. It offends your beliefs. It offends your beliefs in nature, in all its beliefs. Well, there should be a man and a woman. Says who? We can clearly remove it. So if we can remove it, that means it's not necessarily necessary. And if we solve the problem of death, do you really need a fucking penis and a vagina? You need a penis and a vagina in order to reproduce so that you can continue to move forward the so-called genes. You're not going to die. You don't need a penis nor a vagina. And look at all the problems that this is creating. We don't need that. We don't need you to procreate and create all these useless eaters. No. We're going to breed our own children so that they're exactly what we want. and do exactly what we want, how we want. Because we're the zookeepers. You're the resource. People can't grasp that. They get offended by it. And I understand you. Don't think I don't understand you. But at this very moment, in this little rant, I'm not sitting on your chair. I'm talking from their perspective. You just can't accept that. You get offended. No, it's impossible. We have to fight for freedom. You're a fucking animal in the zoo. What freedom are you talking about? This is not, what's that movie called? The Stupid Monkeys. This is not Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg. And the monkeys are going to, get the fuck out of here. You're going to stay exactly where you are. And you're going to do exactly what you're told. You moron. So get with the program. What should we do? Get with the fucking program. The sooner you get with the program, the smarter it shows that you're a good slave. You're a good monkey. Get with the program, follow the flow. Anyways, all this to say, nothing is as it seems. And unless you start to understand the fabric of the mind and understand the fabric of the mind of your adversary, you cannot understand what they're doing. It seems inhumane. Well, yeah, from a point of view, it's inhumane. I totally agree. But it's also inhumane from a point of view to cut a tree down. Well, why would you cut a tree? The tree's alive. It has its family. It's been there for thousands of years. It's enjoying itself, enjoying the sun, enjoying the water, enjoying its family of trees. It's part of the ecology. It's living on a mountain overlooking the ocean. You think it's not a happy tree? It's a lovely, very happy tree. You think that tree doesn't have like 2,000 years of experience? It's not the OG of the trees? It's not grandfather tree? It doesn't have people loving him? Do you think that tree doesn't get a blowjob? I'm telling you, it's this jacket, man. Anyways, the point of what I'm trying to say, now you cut the tree down. And you'll be like, oh my God, poor tree. It's not fair. Nobody cares. It's a tree. You can grow a million others. It's not really even there. It's a bunch of molecules. And if you break the molecules down, it's a bunch of atoms. And if you break the atoms down, there's nothing. There's something vibrating. And we're going to give it a name. And this is moving through a thing that we don't understand, which is called time. What's wrong with you? Are you insane? Why are you getting nervous? It's nothing. So now you get uncomfortable with that. But 2 seconds later, when they're going to print whatever you're going to eat and you're going to be very happy with it, you're not going to complain. You don't mind that we give you a table. The table is a tree that was cut down and transformed into a table. The camera that we're using is made out of plastic and all kinds of little beautiful minerals coming from God knows where. You don't fucking care about that. Well, what's the difference? You're made of the same stuff. It's just combined in a different way. Now, you want to believe that you got a soul. Well, I'm not going to debate with you. I'm not going to have a conversation with you about this. The point is, what's the difference? What's the difference between a tree and a human being and a dog besides what you want to impose on it? A bunch of molecules coming together, how it's held, they don't have an answer to that. But I'm not going into that direction right now. I'm sticking to the overall overarch. Let me just go on. You're just a human resource. You just can't come to terms with that. And if you develop the intellect, the Luciferian intellect, to be able to understand how they're thinking, you'd understand the same way. Now, it's unfortunate for you that you may very well be a useless eater and starve to die. Now, I understand that, but from that mind's perspective, who fucking cares? Didn't you eat today a piece of meat? Did you fucking care about the cow that was killed? Or you may be a vegan, right? You don't give a fuck about that carrot, though. Hypocrisy is everywhere. That's all I got to say. So understand the mind of your so-called adversary. Understand how they're thinking instead of judging it because you're scared. And never forget, at the end of the day, unconsciously, you are worshiping the same deity as they are, except you're lower, you're at the bottom rung of the power structure. Just like it's always been. You have the people at the top. In every religious order, you have the high monks, and then you have the populace who doesn't know fuck all, doesn't even know how to read. Why should you know how to read? You're a gardener. So you don't understand the religion you are following. You are a Luciferian and you don't even realize that. But you don't understand even what it means. Shit, am I saying this out loud? Thank God I'm no one. That solves all problems. Anyway, let me continue my nonsense. I hope it's entertaining because that's all I got for you, entertainment. Don't take anything I say as financial advice, health advice, spiritual advice. I'm crazy. That being said, let me continue. Yeah, all the religious orders have always been organized the same way. What they do at the very top, you have no fucking idea. You can't even fathom it. You couldn't even fathom it, and if you would see it, you'd snap. You couldn't handle the intensity of what they're doing and how the mind and the minds of the people at the top are so sharp in the service of that deity. So that they give you a washed down version of it, and they give you a story like you watch fucking Disney. And then you buy into that. But you don't understand how power structures are organized. You're a moron. That's what you are. So you are a Luciferian. It doesn't even matter what religious denomination you follow. You don't even realize that. And I know that you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. For those of you smart enough to understand what I'm saying, God bless you. And I ain't got nothing against that. All I'm trying to say is that you don't understand the true religion you fundamentally are following. It doesn't matter what you want to make yourself believe. Remember, the mind is a construct. It's constructed, and whatever we're implanting there is belonging to the one who run the matrix of the mind. And that's Lucifer. Motherfucker. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that people don't understand what the Luciferian religion is. They have no idea what it is. They think it's blood sacrifice and whatnot. I didn't say some people do not follow certain rites and rituals that necessitate such actions that you judge as evil. And I don't want to get into this. I'm saying you don't understand what that is. So when you read a Freemason text, or you didn't read a Freemason text, when you hear that Albert Pike said that their God is Lucifer, you get appalled. How dare they're evil? Because you're looking at it from a Judeo-Christian point of view, and you haven't been educated properly. You don't really understand. You think you do. But at the end of the day, what's running the show? It's that mind. And you people who are against it are creating friction. And you are the ones that are being removed. Not because you are fighting for the truth, because you're in the way of what needs to be and will come to pass, and there's nothing that can stop it. It's literally encoded in your biology. It's going to happen. Now, of course, if you believe in the Christian ideology that you've interpreted, because I understand Christian ideology, I understand the different interpretations, and I don't interpret it like this. But nevertheless, you understand that now as a Christian you have to fight against that. Yeah, but how? When you're made of that. No, it's true. Because of your faith in Jesus Christ who's died for your sins, you're absolved from this, and now you're brought back to neutral. And now you're working for Christ and the will of God, and you must fight against the oppressor. Now, please explain something to me. Why is God divided? Isn't God one? Isn't that the very essence of God? It's one. So why is God having a war with himself? It's kind of weird. Anyways, whatever works for you. But I dare you, dive deep inside yourself and discover how your psyche actually operates instead of saying at the surface, where you can make yourself believe whatever you want, right? I can be at the surface and say, here, I'm by the ocean. And if I repeat that enough times, and I'm very susceptible to my own hypnotic blabber, I'm going to feel I'm by the ocean. I'm by the ocean. Yeah, but you're at the surface. That's the beauty of the surface. Go dive deep into how the mind is constructed, and things will appear very differently for you. And you will realize that you're deluding yourself and being deluded. And this is, at the end of the day, forget all the nonsense I've said that may or may not offend you. What I'm trying to tell you is that as long as you haven't studied the mind, and I'm not talking about psychology shit, which is at the surface. It's a great surface if it's good. It's still the surface. It's the surface of the surface. As long as you haven't studied the mind, how can you understand how the world works and operates? If the world operates, we are in the mind. We are in a mind. How does that mind work? And what's its relation to you? You don't know. You're a simulation that believes it's real. And you've been programmed over countless generations to believe certain things, and today you're responding to those beliefs because those beliefs are being challenged and requested to let go because they're in the way of the next leap forward towards the future. Well, it's not like that. It's the future, but I'm going to do the future. Anyways, if you're smart, you understand what I'm saying. Maybe you feeling me. You need to discover this for yourself. At the end of the day, you need to discover how the mind is, how it works. And if you stay at the surface, you don't understand fuck all. I have a great respect for the so-called powers that be. Really, genuinely from the bottom of my heart. And that would sound funny for some people because for them these powers are evil or demonic or whatever it is. I respect powers, and I respect those powers tremendously. We live in their world. Everything we've had thus far in our lives, as long as we're alive, has been provided by them, their system. And I study them. I study how they think. And I learn. Listen, at some point in my life I had to make a decision. Do I want to live in fear or not? I don't believe in the division of oneness. So where I see division, I will not just cancel out the division, evil is not existing and all I see is good. No. My job is to go deeper, where I see the unifying field. And that's what I do, and that's what I'm dedicated to. I will not live in a place where there's two. It's not that the two doesn't exist in its manifest form, except if there's two, that means that's good and that's bad. That may be what it looks like, but after having the opportunity to spend a lot of time with the so-called good and the so-called bad, I realized that they share much more in common than the average person would ever want to know. So I realized the good is not good, and the bad is not bad, and the good is not bad, and the bad is not good. It's an illusion. It's a polarity. And if you want to understand how they come together, you have to go deeper. So that's what I dedicated myself to. And it's important for me to understand everyone and everything. And that's how I believe one can navigate effectively in this valley of death as smooth as possible and fulfill their function. I don't believe in creating resistance. I don't believe in any of this. That's where I stand. Now, this is a great story, and this is one episode, and there's countless others in time. So this is where we're at in time, and this is where the story, how the story is expressing itself is where we're at. Game of Thrones Season 2. There's a lot more that needs to come. And this is the episode. Good. So how do I position myself? And as you go deeper and you understand the story of time and where time is going and what's your function in time, you start to realize, okay, so this is what's going to happen in one way or another, because God is always new, but forces inevitably create the inevitable. How they will express themselves is always new according to where we're at in time. However, this and this comes together. It must do something. But how that will express itself, we don't know. Nor do I want to know. This is what's fun about life, or enjoyable. But what's happening is it's going to happen. So when you have a sense of what's happening in time and how to navigate yourself through it, you're preparing for that. Anyways.